Well, let's go now to Ben Worsley in Mount Victoria. Ben, there's been a development in the cause of one of those devastating fires.
There has, Juanita. The RFS has just announced that it's concluded its investigation into what caused the State Mine Fire. That's the massive fire burning around Lithgow, the Bells line of road, and it's found, as many suspected, that it was caused by an exploding artillery shell fired by the Defence Force in a training exercise at a military base in that area. Now, the Defence Force's response at this stage is only to say that its own investigation into the cause of the fire has not yet concluded. Now, that fire, the State Mine Fire, is at the watch and act level, one level down from an emergency warning. In saying that, some properties along the Bells line of road are considered still under some sort of threat. Here in Mount Victoria, the conditions have eased significantly. It's still windy, it's quite chilly, but this fire, the York Road fire, is also at the watch and act category.
OK, so what lies ahead for the local community?
Well, it's a case of gradually getting back towards normal, I guess, and there are a few signs of that. One of them is those who evacuated the Blue Mountains yesterday, this morning, they've been told it's now safe to return home. That's providing that Springwood fire, where you are, doesn't impact on the Great Western Highway at this stage, because that's also being downgraded to a watch and act. That doesn't seem to be any particular possibility. Also, the schools that were closed around the Blue Mountains yesterday, many of them are reopening. All of them were shut today because of the fire threat. 10, however, will remain shut tomorrow. Those obviously in the fire zones or closest to the fire zones will stay closed tomorrow or for the time being. Now, as for the forecast, we're expecting a southerly change through here tonight. That's welcome. However, it's a dry southerly change and the winds will still be strong, around the 50-kilometre-an-hour mark. So conditions will still be challenging for firefighters like those sitting behind me tomorrow. Now, one of the communities that will still be in the thick of it tomorrow is the township of Bilpin. The ABC's Emma Renwick spent the day there and she filed this report.
From spot fires to towering flames, the conditions today demanded extreme vigilance.
It's certainly windy today, so that's why we've got so many units out here, just to make sure small things like this that occur, we can get onto them quite quickly.
In the morning, residents were hopeful that earlier backburning in the area would keep them safe.
We can't see anything now, but in 10 minutes it could get quite hairy.
But as the day went on, spot fires were fuelled by hot, gusty winds. Firefighters fanned out along Mountain Lagoon Road to stop the fire leaping across the road and heading towards Colo Heights. In such vast territory, the RFS was spread thin when the fire was at their own back door.
And this is an indication of what they're dealing with today. At the back of the RFS, we noticed a bit of smoke, and that's quickly grown into an actual flame situation that could quite easily burn up towards the RFS building itself. Unfortunately, there's very few people at the RFS. They're all out at other spot fires, fighting fires with the units there, so they've had to call in whoever's around to try and help out.
Thankfully, 80-year-old RFS veteran Albert Newton was close by.
So I raced down and I could see that I need to do something, so I raced back and grabbed the McLeod tool and did what I could do.
He's been a member at Bilpin since 1951. He's seen a lot of fires in his time, but hopes this is the last fire he'll have to put out.
My eldest boy has taken my place, deputy captain, and doing all the things that I did when I was his age. Yeah, we got a good bunch of people here.
Emma Renwick, ABC News, Bilpin.